Okay, I know this is way out of the norm for my kind of videos, but Ryan and I decided to take advantage of a wet, rainy day, and he called me early this morning and said, I have a sump pump I need to install for a customer. Want to go with me? So here we are. And Ryan installs these all the time. This one, it turns out, is not installed in a part of the basement that he actually wanted to put it in. The people sold the house, and the inspector came and says there has to be a sump pump. Ryan and the homeowner decided the best place to put it, and the inspector said no, this is where he wants it. So here it is, going almost in the middle of the basement and like 3 feet out away from the wall. Completely ridiculous when there was a perfectly good corner to put it in, but this is where the guy wanted it, and the homeowner didn't care because the house was already sold. Just relying on this. So anyway, I've never done one of these before. Ryan does them all the time. So we got this basin here. He had me drill a bunch of holes. He has this awesome Bosch rotary hammer with multiple different bits. So he drilled a bunch of holes to get through the concrete. I think it was probably like 6-7 inches thick. He said it was one of the hardest ones he's ever done. Usually it busts apart a lot easier, but then he put this bit on there and just started breaking it away. He gets his first corner done, and then I said, let me try that thing out. So I went about 3/4 of the way around with it, and it kicked my butt. That thing, I had sweat pouring off me. Like, it didn't tire me out or nothing, but or I mean, like, make me sore or anything like that, but it definitely does wear you out. And like I said, I had sweat pouring off me, but it was pretty fun anyway to just bust this stuff away. But once we got through this concrete part, it went pretty quick after that. But they had some linoleum tile on the floor here, and just broke that away, same thing, and you know, just started chiseling away. And he got some chunks coming out here pretty good. And then after that, you can see the rest of that all, I busted all that out, what you can see broken away there. And then I said, you got to take over for a little while. And so he starts chiseling away here, and then he gets 2 chunks that come right out in big sections instead of all little pieces I was taking out. But I guess that's experience for you. He's been doing this a long time. He knew exactly how to do it. So then he starts digging it all out here, getting it down, and I hauled it up the stairs out of the basement and dumped it out, and brought the buckets back down to him for him to fill up. So he gets the basin down in the hole here and started pouring in stone all the way around. He poured the stone in probably about 3/4 of the way up, and then after that he does the top part of them with Quikrete, which you'll see here in a minute. But he likes to have the stone in there for just a support around it, I guess. And he just funnels it in all the way around. And as soon as we get through this part here, you'll see that he's going to start mixing this Quikrete up. And then you'll see how he does the top part. Usually there's not linoleum on these floors, so he told me that he usually just does the Quikrete along the top, and then they have concrete paint, and he just sprays over it, blends right in, you don't even see it. But I guess he would have, you'll see once he finishes it off here how it looks, but he would have finished it off more and cleaned it right up for a better appearance, I guess, when it's done. But the homeowners didn't care, they just needed it in so the inspection would finally pass, and their house could go through as it was supposed to. So gets it all mixed up here, and he wanted to leave it a little bit soupy. I thought that it would probably be, you'd probably want it thicker, but he wanted it a little bit soupier because it helps it drain down in there and goes right in all around all that stone. But this stuff hardened up pretty quick. I think probably about 25-30 minutes it hardened right up, and it was solid for sure. And it'll just hold it in the base. But you can see from where I drilled all the holes in that basin down in the ground there, all the water coming into it already, the groundwater that was seeping in around. So it starts to fill this thing up. By the time we got done, that basin was probably about halfway full. Now it's been pouring rain all day. See, you can see there how he smoothed it around it. And like I said, he would usually just paint it and blend it right in, but it's been pouring rain all day, which is why he decided to do this today. He couldn't go mowing, and neither could I. He has those cutters right there. It cuts right through that PVC pipe. I thought he was going to use a Sawzall, but he just cuts right through them. Those things are like ratcheting. I was pretty impressed that it went right through that PVC pipe. But we pull the power cord right up the side, and he zip ties it right up, so it goes right up the pipe and come out of the hole. That is a check valve that goes on there. And you will see here in a second, now that it's set down in place there, there's a cap that goes over the top, and then there's 4 bolts that come with it, and they just screw right into the top of that basin. And it keeps, you know, kids from falling down in there, or animals, pets if you got them, from falling down inside the hole. It's not real thick. It's probably only about a 1/4 inch thick, and it's actually pretty flexible. But it I guess it's better than having a wide open hole there, so it does its job anyway. But he's just smoothing out the last few pieces here just as it's drying up, and on to the next step. So he's measuring for the pipe to send it out, and I guess the plan is just to bring the pipe up and then run it across the ceiling and then in between the joists and right out the seal plate on the front wall, which is exactly how they wanted it and how the inspector wanted it to be done. So you'll see it here. There's the hangers that clip onto the pipe, and then the nails come with the hangers, and you just nail them right into the joist there to hold the pipe so it stays in place and doesn't flop all around, doesn't come down off the ceiling, so they won't have any leaks or any issues. Now he's just measuring it at both ends just to make sure it's the same width away from the wall. Before he goes any further, he wants it to run perfectly straight. And then he's putting in one more hanger right here at that elbow. Everything is glued together, but he's putting this one in here just for more support right at the elbow, right where it comes up from the pump itself. And then tagging on this other hanger so that it holds it permanently in place. You're going to see here in a minute how he decided to put the 90-degree elbows in and to bring it up in between the floor joists and then run it straight out the front seal plate. That way it stays tucked up out of the way, and he can run it exactly to where he wanted to run it through. Normally he would have ran it up an elbow at the top of that pipe and then straight out the wall in between the joists, but there was a concrete patio there, or porch out front there. See, there's the hole where he went through. So this is the final piece. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. Like I said, it was a little different from what I normally do, but we started doing it, and he said, "I'm surprised you didn't bring a GoPro." And I said, "Well, actually I didn't." So I just started filming everything with my phone, and this is it. So hope you guys enjoyed this, as weird as it was.